More than what value should prevail, I think what is amazing when I was introduced to the foundations is that you've actually described what heaven on earth will be like, right? Because if I mean, it is really making heaven out of the earth that we live in because we have obviously made it into a hell, right? By living probably the opposing values, right? Where some people are more superior than the other, some people have more than the others, some people are more privileged, some people are disrespected. So the value of every individual is very materially defined, all right? Not everybody has the fair and equal access to the earth's abundance in every way, right? So I mean, I love all your fundamentals because what these are aspirations for the world. I mean, anyone in who has ever been in a less privileged environment, and I don't mean materially, right? Not just materially, because I think sometimes whenever we talk about being less privileged, some people may have a lot of materialism, they may have a lot of financial security, but they may not have the privilege of choosing the life that they want, choosing to be the person that they want, because there's just so much of pressure to be what the world around you wants you to be, right? And if you come from a successful family, uh, the need that you need to be more successful than that financially. And I think that's so stressful, right? So I think the idea of equality, the idea of optimal living, the idea of your best version, right, differs from every individual. And every individual, despite our differences, needs an equal opportunity to live out our call, our vocation, our mission, and our vision that we envisage, right? And that means in the beginning of our life, we need to get a good enough foundation to figure these things out so that when we go into adulthood, we can live it out. And when we go into senior adulthood, we can pass it on, right? But we don't get those spaces of, spending the childhood understanding yourself. That's your school days, right? Because there's hardly anything that is being taught about understanding ourselves, right? You probably get lucky in the university if you're doing psychology or a program on people, right? But that's just one or two subjects. They don't teach you the art of living. The art of living is supposed to be your base, right? And then based on the art of living, I think in the adulthood, you begin to see how to put that into practice in the jobs that we take up, right? In bringing out our talents, right? And if you do it successfully, well enough in your adulthood, and when you go into your senior years, you then show other people, pass it on to them and say, let me pass on some of the things I have learned so that your learning cycle is shorter. And for me, that's progress. Every time, when a generation actually progresses, that means they develop faster because the previous generation passed on the wisdom, not having to reinvent the cycle, right? I suppose, if we can do that in every community in our own way, I think that would be fantastic. And well, we might actually save the earth and have heaven on earth.